guys, it's Candy here again, and for today's video is I'm going to share with you a review of a product which I've tried like a month now, and I want to share with you. Of course, you know itself as you read the title, but I want to share with you guys how does I feel with this product. In my own opinion, I don't like to do such kind of first impression, although it will help, but in my own, it's like it's not really the conclusion, or it's not good to conclude a product in such one-day trial. So for me, I tried this out for about a month now since I bought these two products, and I think this is the right time to share with you how I feel with this product. So first thing, I want to say I'm sorry because I write it down here in my notes, all the thoughts or all the feelings what I have. So sorry if I keep looking down, or I will stare my notes for sometimes, because I just don't like to miss what my feeling to share with you. And if you also see my nails, it sounds like or look like creepy, and it's ew because I didn't do my nails yet, so sorry for that. Okay, let's start it for the review.
So L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Liquid and Powder Foundation Review and Demo. So it's look like this. This is the liquid foundation, and for the powder foundation is L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Powder Foundation. And I think, guys, there is a two kind of version of this because of this powder, because I see some YouTubers for their own review, it has only 16-hour maximum of longevity to wear this one, and I think it's not a powder foundation. But what I am talking now is a different, because this is claims to be 24-hour foundation, as you can see the label here, and it is a powder foundation, which a big difference with the other L'Oreal Infallible a powder, which is, you can see almost the same with the packaging. I really don't know what's the difference of that because I don't have it, and what I have is the powder foundation and the 24 hours claim of the product. So L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation, it is a mattifying infallible foundation, and for the liquid foundation, I'm in a number 13 rose beige. As you can see, this is my shades. It is written directly to the tube, as you can see, and it's not difficult to find out. And it has a 35 ml product inside, as you can see, and also it's written here also the expiry date or the expiration, and also it's written here it's really clearly written here the ingredients, and the texture and the coverage also as well is also indicated in the back or behind the tube. Or I cannot make it focus. I want to make focus. Please focus. Okay. Please focus. Okay. Okay. So the texture, as you can see, it's written here. This one is the highlighted one, which is medium, and the coverage is this one. And it's written high, so it is a high coverage and medium in texture, and you can see here, shake well before use. And I think this one, there is also written here, pro tip, smooth onto the skin in a circular motion for flawless looking coverage, and it says shine control. So the tube like this, and when you open is really safety because it's look like this, and it is, you can squeeze the product itself, and you can control how much wanted product you want to come out. And for me, it is good enough because you can control by itself. So it's look like this. And for the powder foundation, it's somewhat kind of a plastic thingy, and it's look like this. When you open the first, because it has two compartments, the first is directly the powder itself, as it look like that, and when you open in the second compartment where you can find the mirror itself and the sponge. So it has separately look like this. It's look like first compartment, second compartment, and for me, I am number 123 in a shade of warm vanilla. And I think the one problem of this, because they don't have wide range for the shade color or according to your skin tone. For this liquid foundation, I think there is only maximum of 7 shades available, and this one, as far as I can remember, I think there's this 3 or 4 maximum, if I'm not really mistaken. So it's quite a bit of difficult in choosing the shade according to your skin tone. So let me breathe. Okay, so for me, the packaging of this one is a little bit I don't too much like it, because when you open, should be look like that, and should be the mirror here. And for me, it's quite complicated because this is the powder top and this is the sponge, and the mirror here is in the downside. So if you want to apply, you need to flip over again and again, like this. You will tap and then open again, and you will see the mirror, and then you will go back to take the product, and then again you will flip it up again. You know, it's quite more time consuming, especially if you are outside or you don't have this kind of mirror in front of you. So it's quite difficult, or if it's not really convenient for those who don't have big mirror in front, or if you have only this mirror along with you, it's quite time consuming. And that's what I can say for this packaging. Now for the next part is I want to share with you my journey for this what I will say, for the journey how I experienced this foundation. So in my own experience, I've been using this now for a month, and I try in so many different ways in using this one, because every trials that I made is I experienced also different kind of result. And firstly, the first thing I experienced, or the first week from using this one, is I experienced different kind of level. And when I use this one with a primer, especially here, I think, yeah, this is my primer that I use together this along with in my first week, and it is terribly like, wow. I said to myself, oh, not for me, because I feel I can cook egg into my face. That's how oily it is, and I don't know why. This is the primer, it's from Makiaji, and when I mix this together, primer and foundation, it's like, oh my god, I cannot see the mattifying effect here, and it says 24-hour claim. And I was wondering and telling myself that, wow, me myself is changed. Never been an oily person in my life, because I have I can say normal to dry skin. I'm not really an oily kind of person. Maybe if there's an oil, it's like I even don't feel it. So I was thinking that maybe age matter for the changes. Suddenly I changed. So I said, oh, I don't like for the first trial of week, and especially I'm using with a primer. So then I said to myself that how this foundation claims to be 24-hour matte and it's infallible, I used together with a powder foundation as well, and it's not working. I feel a bit disappointment of that time. So, but still I am in my process of working with this foundation. So I just again give it a try in the next journey or the next week. So then that time I just really don't do anything. I just go in the supermarket and then I just simply use the foundation alone without the primer. So I just apply like the moisturizer, which is I really do moisturize my face first, and then I apply this foundation, and I apply the little makeup on my face and even a little bit concealer in that time. And the result is, I was amazed that as I take my day, I don't have oiliness in my face. So I said, what happened? It's somewhat kind of a change. So I didn't use anything with that foundation, only my moisturizer, and then I say and I conclude that maybe because of the primer I use. Then I try again alternately, like today I use a primer, on the next day I use without a primer, and then I see the big difference between using primer and without primer. So I feel like this primer triggers a lot of oiliness with the combination of this one. So I'm happy in that time that I see that there is a change, and then I say, oh my god, now I can use this and I will enjoy this without using the primer. So I think the primers triggers the oiliness, and I stop this primer along with this foundation together. So after the trials for a week, I start using this one, Nivea Aftershave Balm as my primer. So and it was less oily comparing with the primer with this I use. So I've been experimenting myself on how to work with this foundation, trying to switch with each other on how really to work with this foundation. Before I use foundation on the top of its concealer, so I feel little oil where the area I put my concealer. Then I switch again to concealer is the bottom, and then top is my foundation. Then I get my own version on how to work with this foundation in my skin type. So using also a concealer like usually we do, this is the foundation, and then top of it is our concealer. Is like I can see a little bit oiliness in the area which I apply the concealer, especially here. So I wonder a little bit, there is somewhat kind of an ingredients that triggers the oiliness when you mixed with this kind of this foundation. Me in my own case, because this is my journey, or this is how I feel with this kind of foundation, it is best to wear without primer, and or maybe I will try another primer which is mattifying effect, or also best for me to wear with this is the Nivea Aftershave Balm, because I never see that oiliness in my face. And what else? And I discovered that to use a concealer in the bottom and then I use foundation top is best result for me, and I can see really the mattifying effect. So I will show you later, guys, how I make it to work with in my skin type. So then the best result I could ever share to you. So this is how I do. So it's worked for me to try about a month to configure how it will work on my skin type, and I am happy. It's just a matter of trying how it will work on your skin. So that's why for me, I don't like to make a first impression review, because I need to work with the product, then I can share with you how does it work on my own. And it is a very long lasting, although I never try for the 24-hour claim, although I do retouch for my powder foundation just to refreshen my whole day work, and it's really controlled the oil as long there is no product. Remember, there is no product that triggers the oiliness like my experience. Oh, sorry. For those who have dry patches, it will really cling to it, especially if you apply the powder foundation. I also experienced that because I have like peeling somewhere here, and it's really cling to it, the dry patches. So the coverage is decent and it is buildable in my opinion to full coverage. The shade that I use is perfectly really matches my skin tone, and I think it will help to cover the blemishes, although I really don't have that much blemishes that I can share with you guys, and it's really undetectable on the skin unless you will build up into full coverage. So for the longevity, it's really hold till the time I clean my face before going to bed. For me, I worn it for maximum 12 hours. There is no patchiness or smudging except my mouth area, because where I used to wipe tissue especially while eating. But with the help of this powder foundation to retouch is perfectly done. So to use together, this liquid foundation and the powder foundation is a very perfect match. Especially I think if you use the primer, which is really a real combo as a set of this, but I just don't get the primer of this partner of this. There is really a partner of this for primer. So for me, I rated this like 9/10. In the sense of I really tried my best to work this to accomplish my perfect look. If you ask me if I will repurchase this one, I will say that yes, I will repurchase this, and I can really recommend this for those who are oily skin. But you need to understand, this is only my tip, you need to understand your skin and you have patience for trial and error as to achieve the perfect look. So for me, in my whole 1 month journey, I try in so many ways. Then I'm happy with the result of this L'Oreal Infallible and liquid foundation and the powder foundation. So moving on to the next is how I apply. I will just share with you guys how I apply the foundation. And in my face now, I don't have powder, I don't have foundation. This is really the clear, as I will show you, this is only my face. As you can see, I have somewhat kind of a redness here. This one is not really a pimple. I don't know, this is since I was kid, it's here. It's look like pimple. And this is the redness here. And as you can see, I have a lot of veins. It's like you can see clearly the veins here. And let's see how this foundation will cover my entire face. Here guys is I want to share with you how I apply this foundation, which is I am really happy to experiment in different kind of a situation, and this kind of application what I'm going to do, to share with you now is this is what I mean. I'm happy with this product. So first is I'm going to prime my face with the use of this Nivea Aftershave Balm. So I will just apply at this amount, and I will just apply on over into my face, and I will just wait for the product to be tacky, and then I can say that it is ready for the application of the next product that I am going to apply. So now it's a bit tacky, and this is only how I found myself. I feel like really completely mattifying and I don't find any oiliness is if I will put first my concealer. So in this time, I will do my concealer first before doing my before applying my what's this, foundation. This is how I find less oiliness or really no oil at all. So I will just apply my concealer first, which is here. I will apply in this area only because this area is where I got a lot of redness happening into my face. So also here, and so I will do the reverse side, and then I will just buff it with the damp sponge. So next, I'm going to apply the foundation with the use of my Real Techniques Miracle Sponge, half of my face, and the other one is with the use of the brush. I'm using her from Sonia Kashuk blending brush. So okay, this is how the consistency of the product. As you can see, it's not too much liquidy, and it's only in the middle. It's not also runny yet. And there is a little kind of scent to it, but it's not really bothering me. I don't know how, it's like a plastic thingy. It's like it's not paint, but it's somewhat kind of plastic thingy scent, but it's very, very light. It's not really bothering. So now I will just apply the foundation using my fingertips, half of my face area, and as you can see, this is the... Okay, I will make it close a little. So now I'm going to blend with the sponge. Is now the foundation. So next I'm going to apply the foundation using my brush. So I will just also tap here. So now I'm gonna blend the foundation with this Sonia Kashuk blending brush. So this is now the coverage of the foundation using the brush. For me, I can see the difference between the brush and the sponge. The sponge is like light coverage, and the blending brush from Sonia Kashuk is more like full coverage. I don't know if I cannot show you really on the camera, but here in person it's really like full coverage. So as I showed you a while ago about my redness here, it's totally covered, and my veins is also covered. So this will help, the liquid foundation will help to cover your blemishes and your like redness into your face. So now after applying my foundation, so I'm gonna set this foundation with the use of the L'Oreal Infallible Powder Foundation, or the partner of this foundation, and I will just use with this brush. It's from BH Cosmetic, and I will just set my foundation with the use of this. And I really feel the difference between using the sponge and the brush. I can feel that this has more coverage comparing to this side, which is I only use what's this? So I will just finish my whole makeup look, and then I will get back to you. So this is now my final look, and this is my whole makeup for this day and for this review, and I will give you a little bit close up so that you can see more farther. But I'm really sorry for my lightings. I really don't have good lightings here, but I will just simply tell you honestly what I can say with this product. So here in my left side is I use the Sonia Kashuk blending brush, or this foundation brush, which is, I can see it has really a full coverage, as you can see, and it is really flawless at all. If you have somewhat kind of a light blemishes like me, I really don't have like dark blemishes, so for me it's like really wow. And this is the coverage for this one, which I use the brush, so it covers all. And I only apply once, I didn't build up actually, but it's really do the job. It's so amazing, this foundation. And this side, as you can see, this is the side which is I use the, what's this, sponge thing, and it's from Real Technique. So as you can see, this is the coverage, and this is how also it looks. I think only what I can say is the foundation which is I use for the this blender or this sponge is quite light than comparing to this one, and it is really matte, and I don't feel any oiliness at all. So for me, I have my own version on how to use this one comparing to my first time of using, which is I really use a primer and I have oiliness. So my final verdict or my conclusion is I love to use with this primer, and no, not primer, this aftershave balm as my primer. I really love it, and it's not really triggers the oiliness of the face. Although I'm not really an oily kind of person in my own opinion, I am a normal to dry skin, but when I apply that primer, it's somewhat I can cook egg into my face because oil is coming out. I don't know where it comes from. So also together with this powder foundation, it's really do the job. In my whole day also, I can say if I go out by work, this is the only way my retouch thing besides my foundation, because I wear foundation at home, and then this is my way go-to powder, and it's really do the job, and it's really wow. It's cover at all, and it's really help refresh to you every now and then. Although for me, like 2 times in my whole day work, 2 times I do the retouch and still looking fresh. So for me, I give this a 9 out of 10 because it takes for me for a month to realize and to discover how does it work on my skin. And as I told you, I am normal to dry skin, so this is how it worked with me. Even I am normal and to dry skin, I still also experience the oiliness. It's because of the primer. So for you guys, I hope this review is it's helpful for those who are wondering why I have still oiliness on my face, because in my own opinion, there is something triggers the product, especially if you are mixing together, and it will triggers a lot, and there is like, you know, there is compatibility and not compatible. So this is how you work. So for me, I don't do a first impression because I cannot give my conclusion into that way of judging a product. So I hope guys this is helpful for everybody, and I hope you enjoy while watching and listening my talking here, and I hope it's worth for the time you spend watching this video. And thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below any question and suggestion, and please subscribe to my channel if you are new. Please welcome, and thank you so much. See you on my next video. Bye.